Depression Baby. Stories about growing up in Appalachia and other things too. With my dad, Ray B. Rogers.
On August 16th, 1929, I came into this world kicking and screaming. I reckon that made me a Depression Baby.
Depression Baby is a World Songs media production. Brought to you by Depression Baby the Book, available in Kindle, paperback, and hardcover, and soon audiobook at raybrogers.com. Today, Ray tells us about a very unusual kitchen utensil, the Hog Spoon.
There are a lot of indicators of being in a depression, and since I have lived through the Great Depression, I am well acquainted with a lot of them. There were dresses made for little girls out of flour sacks, and there were patched overalls worn by little boys. I still have a picture in my head of my dad climbing into an open bed truck with other men about dawn, and returning at dusk, sweaty and dirty and tired, for $1 a day. Our family had a rather unique indicator of what makes a depression. A lot of families in the 1930s in the mountains of western North Carolina would raise a hog or two to supply hams, sausage, and other meat items for their table. These voracious animals loved to eat, and every family had a slop bucket to gather leftovers. And every plate from the table was scraped clean into the slop bucket. Then the slop bucket was taken to the hog pen, and water and ground grain that we call shorts was stirred into the mixture and poured into the hog trough. The hogs would run squealing and grunting to partake of this delicious mixture. There was a humorous saying in the mountains, "He loved her like a hog loves slop." Picturesque? Well, I suppose that one of my siblings or myself wasn't too careful in scraping their plate into the slop bucket, and a spoon was served to the hogs along with their slop. Needless to say, in their haste to consume the slop, some hog bit down on the spoon, leaving teeth marks on the spoon. This piece of damaged cutlery was given the auspicious name of the Hog Spoon. I am sure that some families would have shunned this little spoon and refused to eat with it. However, my mother's cooking was so good that it could not be diminished even by a hog spoon. I'm sure that it was a conversation piece when our many guests came to eat at Mother's table. Without a doubt, many families have a story or two regarding the hog lot or hog pen. Well, here goes with the Rogers family story. When my brother Mark and his twin sister Jane were small, Mark fell into the hog pen. Little Jane, not wanting her brother to be attacked by a big fat sow, helped him escape from this precarious location. She pulled him out by the hair of his head. Never underestimate the power of a woman or a little girl. There are a lot of indicators of being in a depression. When one has eaten with regularity with a hog spoon, one has grown up in the Great Depression.
We hope you enjoyed listening to this episode of Depression Baby. And if you did, my dad has one important request. If this podcast brought a little smile to your day, would you please consider right now subscribing for free to the podcast? and kindly leaving a nice 5-star rating and review on iTunes. You can make the difference in getting Depression Baby in front of a wider audience and help preserve this disappearing legacy. If you need any help with how to subscribe to the podcast, just go to RayBRogers.com and look for the podcast tab on the main menu. Thanks to our audio and musical contributors, including our friend Lobo Loco. You can find out more about him and all the rest of the music and audio in the show notes at, you guessed it, RayBRogers.com. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time on the Depression Baby Podcast.